Da, 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 da. Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it. We test it. You play it. And now it's time to blow off some steam with a B.O.S. review. On today's review, first off, this is the little captain. Say ahoy, Captain. Ahoy there. Yeah, so you wonder why he's here? Well, he's here to help me with part of my review. Not for too long. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for stopping by. Am I going now? I say thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Alright, so this review is for a game. Before I get into the game, this game reminds me of so much stuff that I had to go over. So, this game that I'm about to review, it reminds me of the Muppets, obviously. It also kind of reminds me of a few elements of Bendy and the Ink Machine, Five Nights at Freddy's, and it also reminds me of two other things. Well, three other things. There's an ARG that's not for kids. It's called Welcome Home. And then it also reminds me of two films that I've seen, which are definitely not for kids. The first one is The Fuzz, and the next one is The Happy Time Murders. So, what is this game that I'm reviewing? Well, like I said, it's time to be blowing off some steam, and so, here we go. Series. Alright, so for today's blowing off some steam, the game I am reviewing is called My Friendly Neighborhood. It's the first and only in its series, and it was released originally to Steam on July 18th of 2023. Team. This game was developed by John and Evan, and I'm sorry if I pronounced the last name incorrectly, Zemansky, and it was published by Dread XP. Plot. This game takes place in 1993, and you play as Gordon O'Brien, a repair/maintenance man who kind of has a little bit of an attitude. Anyway, as Gordon, you have one last job at the end of the day, and the problem is this. An antenna on top of a building has started broadcasting an old television TV show, an old kids show, My Friendly Neighborhood. And unfortunately, the signals are overriding a news channel, so that his job is he has to go and turn off the antenna. But while doing this, he then has to deal with a whole bunch of annoying puppets who are constantly trying to hug him and just basically disrupt his workflow. Gameplay controls. The gameplay controls is that it's a first-person game, and here's what: first you start off with nothing, then you get a wrench to help you for melee-related purposes. And as you go through the game, you acquire more unique, interesting tools to use to help you fend off the puppets from annoying you. You have an inventory, but it's only a finite amount of space, and it has like some kind of Resident Evil storage sort of thing for inventory for you, and then when you're at locations. As you travel around, you have to pick up a map to figure out what areas you've been to and what areas you haven't been. It also helps show you what events you still have to complete in certain areas. You can't jump, you can't crouch, and you can't run. So you have a limited amount of movement, and another part of the mechanics is it's kind of like along the Witcher or the Jedi Survivor games where like if you go into an area, you'll see a puppet, and if you sneak past it, if you knock it out and then leave, it'll then wake back up and go back around to being annoying. So one of the features is you can pick up duct tape. You can figure out, okay, if there's this puppet in this key area, I can tape it down, or I can just try to run past it. Yeah, because if you don't tape it down, then every time you go back there, it'll be walking around to annoy you. Graphics. The graphics in this game look really good. The stuff that's supposed to look like the real world definitely looks like the real world. And then the stuff that's like supposed to be real world constructed, a set where it's a fake town for all the happy, friendly neighbors, looks really good. And of course, the puppets look all puppety and/or cartoony. But the interesting thing is how the puppets are actually roughly about the size of a average human being. So that's an interesting feature. Yeah, so I love the level of creativity because like stuff that looks real, and then there's like the way that the weapons look, the ones that were invented to fight off the puppets. And it's cool when you go around the studio, you'll see these posters for these shows and movies that the puppets starred in, which is an homage/tribute to the stuff that either it was a Muppets project or Jim Henson's Creature Shop was heavily involved in. Stuff like you'll see Muppet Treasure Island, or you'll see The Dark Crystal. So Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like how it's able to mix realism with cartoony-ish entertainment. Audio. The audio is pretty good because sometimes it does have ambient music, and sometimes it is just there is no music playing, but you hear sounds of like ambient machinery going or water running, or like, or the best part is they have like 5 or 6 different varieties of puppets running around, and sometimes they'll tell the exact same story, like, but it's cool. All 6 puppets have different voices, and if like puppet A is telling a story about puppet B, if puppet B is telling the same story, they'll change it so puppet B is telling about puppet C or D or E. And sometimes I think they have some of their own dialogue depending on which character they are. Yeah, so it's really good work. I appreciate the extra time and effort they put into all the voice work for this. Here's what. Currently, I was looking up the music. They have all the soundtracks available here on YouTube. I think you might be able to download the songs. I'm not entirely sure because I don't see anything listed on iTunes to download the music for this. Multiplayer. No, there is no multiplayer game. DLC. There is no DLC for this game currently. Issues. Now, there's no technical issues for this game. The game plays fine, but I do have a few nitpicks I'd like to point out. Now, here's what. When I got this game, I think recently they added the friendly difficulty, because currently there was like normal mode and hard mode, but then it became friendly mode. It's where... Okay, so when you get to certain areas, as you go around the game, you pick up spare change, where you can use 5 cents to fully heal yourself, or use a 5 cents to have a save point. It almost reminds me of Bioshock in some instances. Anyway, yeah, so, but in the friendly mode, you don't have to pay the 5 cents to save, which I find kind of annoying. Because I was told somewhere that how if a knock to the head takes them out faster, and even though I've been doing that, apparently knocks to the head are... Apparently it takes a lot of knocks to the head, even with the help of the aim reticle on. Also, you have to look around the areas pretty thoroughly, because like you'll be in it. If you pay up for the map, it'll be green for if you completed the area, and red if you still have plenty to do. Now this is kind of a double-edged sword, because like there's some stuff that you can't interact with and you'd have to go back later, like a panel or a door. But if it's still red, it might be because you might have missed to pick up that one nickel that's around there, or open this one drawer and interact with it, or take out a piece of equipment, or find an extra roll of ammunition for the weapons you're using. So, and it doesn't help that the stuff is small, or might be in a place you didn't think to look, and it also doesn't help with the lighting. Yeah, you have to adjust the lighting in some areas because it's dark inside of this place, so that's kind of an annoying factor. Buy, rent, or pass. Even though it does have a couple of issues here and there, and honestly I'm not a fan of the horror genre, I have been enjoying this game. I'd say My Friendly Neighborhood is definitely a buy. Overall score. So basically, this game, it is very good. I enjoyed playing it. It's nice to see... It's kind of weird seeing the whole kid puppet thing, but being thrown in the horror genre thing, but I guess, like I said, that's why we got Five Nights at Freddy's and the other stuff. The ARG of Welcome Home, and then the 2 films that were not meant for the kids. But yeah, it's a good game. It has its problems here and there, but I can't tell if those were if it was designed that way or if maybe it was a design flaw. But overall, it's an enjoyable game, and I look forward to figuring out all the secrets, getting all the collectibles, and like I said, I enjoy seeing all the visual aspects and the audio. So I give My Friendly Neighborhood a solid 9 out of 10. Yeah, so if you get a chance, I suggest check it out on Steam, and who knows. So I'm going to have fun playing this game, and I hope you have fun playing it too. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, this has been Test Subject 1337 for Aperture Gaming. Thank you for watching. Game on, and I'm glad we all got to blow off some steam. I hope you enjoyed the Steam game. Thank you very much again, and have a nice day. Game on.